Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Masterclass number 4 with me, Claire Pafitis, the Ayurveda coach, in collaboration with the wonderful Morley Rituals. So thank you again for having me, and thank you if you've made it this far to week 4. Thanks for hanging in there and joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed learning about Agni and learning about some simple home remedies. Maybe you've tried some of them. Hope you've enjoyed all of that side of things. And I wanted this last session to be something a little bit different again. First of all, I called it the Joy of Ayurveda. So I wanted to talk a little bit about why I find Ayurveda just so joyful as a practice and why I want to share that with others. And then some other recent things that have been going on the last few days and weeks also got me thinking about sort of the opposite to joy. Not so much as sadness, but as fear. And there's a lot of fear right now in the world. A lot of people are very fearful. And I think in Ayurveda we can find a really beautiful antidote to that. Like everything in life, and like Ayurveda teaches us, in order to achieve balance, we need to always be looking for that opposite value, for that antidote. So fear creates more fear, and joy is the antidote to that. So we'll talk a little bit about that and talk about how that relates to Ayurveda a little bit, or how, at least how it speaks to me. Actually, I wanted to just read a short poem today. Maybe I'll come back to again at the end, but just to kind of focus in a little bit. It's one that I come back to quite a lot, and especially in recent months with all that's going on in the world. And I find it really joyful. And it's called A Community of the Spirit, and it's by Rumi. And it goes like this. There is a community of the Spirit. Join it and feel the delight of walking in the noisy street and being the noise. Drink all your passion and be a disgrace. Close both eyes to see with the other eye. Open your hands if you want to be held. Sit down in this circle. Quit acting like a wolf and feel the shepherd's love filling you. At night your beloved wanders. Don't accept consolations. Close your mouth against food and taste the lover's mouth in yours. You moan, she left me, he left me. 20 more will come. Be empty of worrying. Think of who created thought. Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Move outside the tangle of fear thinking. Live in silence. Flow down and down in always widening rings of being. So I love this poem so much, and I find so many similarities in this and in a lot of Rumi's works with Ayurvedic philosophy and Ayurvedic thinking, and I mean, just every single line in it really speaks to me about the community of the spirit. We have a beautiful community here on Instagram, especially in this community that we're building of Ayurveda, and how this is speaking to people and how it's bringing people peace, and it's bringing healing to their bodies and to their minds and to their spirit. And I think that's why I'm always so happy to collaborate with someone like Morley, because they bring that to everything that they do. And here we all are together, and to join in and feel the delight of walking in the noisy street and being the noise. So don't sit in silence when you don't agree with something, when something, you see that something is wrong. But you just need to speak out, speak up, express those emotions. And I think especially I see a lot with patients who come to me and maybe have been holding things for so long, for years, for decades sometimes. They've been holding what it is they want to say and what it is they want to speak about. And that will create imbalance in the body. It will create a blockage of the channels, and everything must be able to freely flow nicely in the body. So speak up, speak out, say what you're thinking, speak your mind. Don't be afraid to be the noise. To drink all your passion and be a disgrace. Everything you do should be with passion, and don't care what other people think. If it gives you joy and it's here in your heart and you know who you are and what your intentions are, then do that with all the passion that you have. And then he tells us to close both eyes to see with the other eye. And to me, this is something that we need to do right now collectively. It's not about what we see with these. It's about maybe the third eye, the intuition, to let that open up. What do you really believe? What's the real truth? And then to speak that truth. And, towards the end of the poem, to be empty of worrying, to think of who created thought. And I think that idea, to be empty of worrying, wouldn't we all love to do that? And I think, again, Ayurveda tells us to acknowledge thoughts, to acknowledge emotions. If we feel anger, if we feel jealousy, if we feel despair, if we feel sadness, if we feel fear, just as much as if we feel love or anything really, but those kind of, particularly those more destructive emotions, those more negative emotions, Ayurveda teaches us to recognise those, to acknowledge them, and then to let them go. And so when Rumi says, why do you stay in a prison when the door is so wide open? And to me, that line is, it's like, why do you stay? Why do you stay? Here we have everything we need. We have everything we need to be free. We have this beautiful knowledge and wisdom as well of Ayurveda that teaches us so beautifully how to live in harmony with ourselves, with nature, with the rest of the universe. And this can set us free. I think this can set us free of our worries. To move outside the tangle of fear thinking and to flow down and down in always widening rings of being. So I guess anyone who's here and watching, you're either very well versed in Ayurveda or you're new to it, but you definitely, you have an interest in it, and that's why you're here. And so I'd love to kind of hear from you all. Send me a message, comment here at the bottom. What is it about Ayurveda that you're drawn to? How has it helped you? Has it, like me, has it helped you not only heal perhaps some physical ailments? If any of you know a little bit my story and how I came to Ayurveda, it was because I've been suffering all my life, really. I mean, I always had headaches as a child. I was a really headachy kind of child. And then from about the age of 12, it was migraines, and they were really debilitating. I'd be really, really sick, really ill. It'd be a few days sort of locked in a dark room when an attack would come on, and tried lots of different things. Tried allopathic medicine, tried lots of alternative medicines. None of them worked for me. And with the Western medicine, obviously, it was just covering up symptoms. It was helping me manage symptoms, but it wasn't stopping me getting migraines in the first place. So when I finally came to Ayurveda properly, because I first sort of read about it when I was about 18 years old, but couldn't really understand it. It didn't really make a lot of sense at the time. And many years later, so in 2016-ish, I started studying it again properly in earnest. And that's when, as well, I saw a doctor and worked with them and was able to cure the physical migraines and the reasons for those happenings. I was able to get that sorted in, it took about 5 or 6 months. But now I don't have migraines, and that's fantastic. So Ayurveda, this wonderful gift of healing that side of things. And then also just so much more. So we're talking about this, seeing with the other eye, being free of the tangle of fear and worry. And so for me, Ayurveda has been so much more than just healing physical ailments. It really comes into a more emotional and spiritual realm as well. And hopefully lots of you feel that. I hope a lot of you can feel sort of comfort of having these practices to come back to. And many of the practices of Ayurveda, so things that you probably all have heard about, anointing yourself with oil, doing an oil massage, Abhyanga massage, or scraping your tongue every morning. And I know some of you will drink some warm water first thing in the morning, sort of flush things through. Oil pulling as well. I know a lot of you have brought that into your daily practice. And this is all part of, these practices are all laid out in Ayurveda in the ancient texts as a way to bring ritual to our lives and to bring a sort of sense of stability, if you like. So when all the rest of the world is going crazy, we do these things in the morning, and it maybe we do a little bit of meditation, we scrape our tongues, we brush our teeth, we oil pull, we drink some warm water and have a warm breakfast. And these simple little rituals, it's like the ancient, self-care. Ancient world means modern world, it's self-care, it's what we were talking about. We know we need to do these things for our mental as well as physical well-being. And so Ayurveda offers these tools as well. It's not just about knowing your dosha, it's not just about understanding the Agni, it's not just about building ojas and immunity. It's these rituals and these practices, isn't it, that helps to ground us and to help us feel calm each day. And like we know, okay, we've done this each morning, we've done this in the evening, and we know what to do. And when it's Vata season, it's autumn time, we know what to do. Ayurveda teaches us how to try and stay in balance, and in the winter and in the summer and all the seasons and through the years of our lives, the Kapha time, the Pitta time, the Vata time. If this is if I'm talking, getting a bit ahead and not sure what I'm on about, so Ayurveda breaks up not only the days, the hours of the day, but also the months of the year and then the years of our lives into Kapha, Pitta and Vata. And in knowing that, you can unlock secrets of how to stay well and how to stay in balance. And I just think that anyone right now, if you're finding the world a little bit scary, if you feel a little bit lost, if you feel sad or alone, then not only is there this wonderful community of all us lovely people here on Instagram, I hope will continue to raise each other up and to look after each other, but also learn more about Ayurveda, buy some books, watch some online lectures, enroll in a short course, learn a bit more about it, see what speaks to you, and I hope that it will bring you joy and comfort as well, because there are lots of things in Ayurveda that are really, really beautiful and are really very, very relevant to our modern lives. I'm just going to read that poem one more time because it's really lovely, and it's a short class today, but I'd love you to, if you have any comments, leave a comment at the end of this and tell us what Ayurveda means to you, how it's changed your life for the better, or what things you call upon when you're feeling a bit low or you feel a bit lost or afraid. So let's read this poem again. So it's The Community of the Spirit, and this book is the Rumi Selected Poems and Penguin Classics. So I'll finish this and I'll say goodbye. Thank you for joining me. There is a community of the spirit. Join it and feel the delight of walking in the noisy street and being the noise. Drink all your passion and be a disgrace. Close both eyes to see with the other eye. Open your hands if you want to be held. Sit down in this circle. Quit acting like a wolf and feel the shepherd's love filling you. At night your beloved wanders. Don't accept consolations. Close your mouth against food and taste the lover's mouth in yours. You moan, she left me, he left me. 20 more will come. Be empty of worrying. Think of who created thought. Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Move outside the tangle of fear thinking. Live in silence. Flow down and down in always widening rings of being. Night everyone. Thanks for joining me and hopefully catch you all soon. Bye.